Okay, so you'll notice the date says Wednesday, even though it is Tuesday. Last week of online learning. Here we are in world history. Uh, last time you have to listen to me unless something happens differently, and I can't promise. And the administration says something differently about Friday being the optional, day, which for us would be the last weekday of the COVID project. This will be the last official uh, day as far as work that or assignments that are recorded, graded, etc. Unless I'm told something different. I did put it on Tuesday, and the reason I put it on Tuesday is just to see if you wanted to get a little bit ahead and get moving with it. The due date for what I'm doing today, it would have been the exact same. It's just I just figured with Memorial Day, I didn't know if some of you wanted to get ahead, and I was doing okay as far as that goes. If you have me for law, I'm not done with that one yet, so it'll be out tomorrow, or it'll be out Wednesday. But anywho, so this is Wednesday. Just so we're clear. So Echoes and Reflections Holocaust Timeline, Crystal Knot or Crystal Night, depending on how you want to pronounce it, and the Elie Wiesel memoir. Or memoir is not a biography; it's something where somebody's looking back. Night, and the sophomores on this recording have been exposed to Anne Frank. And I know this is a bit of review for the sophomores as far as the Holocaust is concerned. It's a part of the world history curriculum. The freshmen, this is a little newer to you, and I apologize because of the tight time frame. Really skipping a lot of stuff with it. The sophomores are not as concerned about because they had a lot of it in 8th grade, and then the year of the freshmen coming in, last year's 8th graders had a different unit with Miss Giles and Mrs. Alfaro. So you no longer have Anne Frank, so you're not as familiar with the Holocaust. The Holocaust, it was the German extermination of the 6 million Jews by the Nazis, as you probably know that basic information. So what we're going to do is a little overview from a site called Echoes and Reflections, very prominent Holocaust site put on by the Holocaust, but by paid for by a grant by a foundation. And I'm going to have you look at some documents. You think this is a lot? This is me paring this way back. I totally skipped the part about so we start with the buildup of anti-Jewish policy, and that will be the first thing to answer. And then we talk about leading into the pogrom. Remember, the pogrom is that the anti-Jewish action. The big one is Kristallnacht or Crystal Night, depending on how you pronounce it. Kristallnacht in the German. You're looking at an eyewitness account. You're looking at the reasons for that. Again, there's quote unquote the technical term "night of broken glass." It's a massive discriminatory action, violence against the Jews. And the reason we do that when that really kickstarts getting them into the ghettos and then finally into the concentration camps. And unfortunately, because of time, I have to skip over the ghetto part. And it just, as I'm doing this, I'm very distraught about that. I know you may not be. Well, you're going to look at the final solution, the movement from the ghettos where they were put in the ghettos to the extermination, to the concentration camps. The only one of the major firsthand accounts of this comes from a gentleman named Elie Wiesel. And he was a young boy in the concentration camps, and his memoir, very short little thin memoir, and I didn't grab it off my bookshelf, called Night. And this is an excerpt from that memoir, and believe me, you should, if you're interested in this, read the whole thing. I don't often get on my literature soapbox. It's a very fast read. It's obviously tragic, but it's pretty well written. This gives the background on Elie Wiesel and what he went through. And keep in mind, in the controversial part is it's a memoir. So some of it is because he's in such a traumatic experience. Some of it every detailed fact may not be true, but the actual experience is obviously been corroborated. We've had that word many times, especially the freshmen, corroborated by other people. So those are the questions. Answer them in complete sentences in a color other than black. That's due Monday, June 1st. I did expand the Years of Crisis timeline project to Wednesday. Just did that. As you can see, I just did that. Some of you had it done. I was going through it late on Tuesday night, very late. And some of you had it done. A few of you had it done, but not many, and that's fine. You get to Wednesday on that. Signed it last Monday. Remember, again, the video is very important. I'm not going to keep belaboring what to put on that for the timeline. 9 events from those 5 categories in the rubric, extra credit opportunities that I thoroughly explain in the video that's attached. Okay, and then you can obviously the flip grids are for the video if you wish to do them. This is the part you want to pay attention to as far as looking at models. I'm not going to get back into it. You can look at last week's videos. You can look at that video that explains it. Timeline, the practice quiz. I've returned all of them that I've gotten. So they returned you on Google Forms email. So they've been returned. You can up to Wednesday do them for a repeat or a revision if you wish. Some of you chose multiple attempts. I graded the short answer, fill in the blank, gave you some clues on that. A lot of you on the fill in the blank were on the short answer question were not very thorough as far as understanding. The question was asking something about why they signed the non-aggression pact again, the Germans and the Russians, and one of the reasons was they wanted to front war. Yes, as they were going to go into Poland, and they didn't want to deal with the Russians. But the other reason was, of course, the idea of the Germans suffering because of the Depression and the rise of Hitler. And so I provided individual feedback there. COVID time capsule 5 through 7. The 1 through 4 is done. You can't do that anymore. If you want to replace one online homework assignment with 5 through 7, I've made many models. On Friday, I did a nice little interview with my wife. If you want to go so inclined to go look at that, I posted it on the Remind. June 2nd is the final day for that. Final day for missing assignments other than this and this. Final day for missing assignments, incomplete missing assignments, Friday, 5/29. That's incomplete missing on StudentView, incomplete missing on Classroom. That would be like this, and any of the World War I projects or any of those activities. Obviously, anything that was from this week is now okay as far as getting it in the next following week, because it's for this week, and that's part of the what was the plan all along. So I think I have one more video I'll make. So it's been fun. Well, as fun as it can be. I know. Sorry if you've been watching these. Thank you. If not, well, then I've been talking to myself. All right. Peace out.